Hi everyone. This lesson is about subtracting integers using integer soup, cooking integers with soup. So, here's some background information for you. Now, we all know that, for example, 9 minus 5 equals 4. That's easy. We have 9 positives, we take away 5 of those positives, we get 4. But what if we do 6 minus 8? What's the answer? It just so happens to be -2. But why? What about -5 minus 3? That's actually -8. But why? And what about this one? 6 minus a -8. That is actually a +14. But why? The integer soup is to help you understand the why. So, here we go. Some ground rules. Well, here's the basic idea. First of all, we're saying that there are some chefs in the future, and they make soup. They raise and they lower the temperature of it by putting in hot and cold cubes. So the red cubes are hot. They raise the temperature. They're positive. The green cubes are cold. They're negative. When we see the word add, it means that we add, of course. When we see the word remove, it means we subtract. So here's an example. If I put in a red cube, if I add one, now I know this isn't a cube, but we use bingo chips in class, so this is what we're using. If I put this in, I have just raised the temperature by 1 degree. Now I'll take it out. The temperature is back to room temperature, 0. If I put in one cold cube, I have lowered the temperature by 1 degree, so that's -1. And here's an important concept. If I put in a cold, that's the green, and a hot cube, I have not changed the temperature at all. That is a 0 pair. That'll be very important for understanding this. So, let me get these out of here. Let's say our first problem here is a word problem. We'll say the chefs add 8 hot cubes and remove 2 hot cubes. So what does that look like? Well, let's add 8 hot cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There they are. Add 8 hot cubes. What I've done, I've taken 8 positives, and now it says remove 2 hot cubes. So remove, that means get them out of there. They're gone. 1, gone. 2. I just subtracted 2. So what am I left with? I'm left with 6 hot cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've raised the temperature by 6 degrees, +6. Try another one. Get these guys out of here. Okay. Let's say chefs. Oops. All right, try that again. The chefs add 5 cold cubes and add 3 hot cubes. So now I've got to do this, and then I've got to write it as a sentence. So let's get those cold cubes in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They also add another 1, 2, 3 hot cubes. Okay. Now look at these and notice that there are 0 pairs. We've got a 0 pair because a positive and a negative put together makes 0. We've got another 0 pair. We've got another 0 pair. So by adding those together, by adding the 5 hot cubes, or sorry, 5 cold cubes, that was negative 5, and then adding positive 3, we are left with 2 cold cubes, that is negative 2. We've changed the temperature by lowering it 2 degrees, negative 2. Okay, I'm just getting done erasing here, so you don't have to watch me do that. Let's try this one. The chefs add 4 cold cubes and remove 3 cold cubes. Okay, so they've added in 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they remove 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was pretty easy. So the mathematical sentence is negative 4, remove is minus, and 3 more cold cubes is negative 3. So I bet if you looked at this problem, you might say, that's 7, or that's negative 7. No, the answer was negative 1. We can see it right here. That's negative 1. And the question is why? Why is it negative 1? Well, that's what we're about to find out. So let's try this one. I'm going to write it as a mathematical sentence now. This is positive 4 minus 6. Positive 6 equals what? So we add in 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have to remove 6. How can we do that? How can we remove something that's not there? Well, here's the key to understanding this. You have to realize that there are an infinite number of 0 pairs in this soup already. I'm adding pairs of numbers here, 0 pairs, and I am not changing the temperature of the soup at all. I've added 4 cold cubes and 4 hot cubes in addition to the 4 hot cubes that I added here. But I haven't changed the temperature at all. These all cancel out. They're all 0 pairs. So now I have plenty of hot cubes that I can take away because I put in 0 pairs. So here are the 4 hot cubes I put in. I put in a bunch of 0 pairs. They haven't changed the temperature. Now I can take away 6 hot cubes. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Look what I'm left with. I hope you're seeing 0 pairs. Here's another 0 pair that's formed. There's a 0 pair that's formed. My answer, as we can see, is negative 2. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2. The key to understand is that I can add as many 0 pairs as I want to because they don't change the value, they don't change the temperature of the soup. Get that last one out of here. All right. I've got a new example problem. 3 hot cubes were added, 2 cold cubes were removed. So I could translate this into math now. I could say, okay, 3 hot cubes, that's positive 3. They were added, so there they are. 2 cold cubes were removed, so that's removed is minus, and cold cubes are green, so that's negative, minus negative 2. So I've got to find out what that equals. 3 minus negative 2. So let me throw in my 3 hot cubes. 1, 2, 3. They are added. I've got to remove 2 cold cubes that aren't there. How do I remove something that's not there? Well, I'm going to bring in 0 pairs. Here's a 0 pair. And there's a 0 pair. So now I can see that I have the 3 hot cubes that I brought in. I brought in 2 0 pairs. They are worth 0. They haven't changed the temperature. These 3 have. The temperature is 3 degrees hotter because of these, but these zero pairs have not changed the temperature. Now I can remove these two cold cubes. So I'll take this one away. 1, 2. What am I left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hot cubes. So the answer is positive 5. 3 minus negative 2 is positive 5. One more example for you. 4 cold cubes were added. 3 hot cubes were removed. Okay, so 4 cold cubes, that must be negative 4. And 3 hot cubes were removed. Removed means subtract. So that's minus. They said 3 hot cubes were removed, so that's positive 3 equals what? Okay, so let's get those 4 cold cubes in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I want to remove 3 hot cubes. Since they are not there, I have to bring them in with 0 pairs. There's a 0 pair, there's a 0 pair, here's a 0 pair. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is 4 cold cubes, so negative 4, and 3 hot cubes that are canceled out by 3 cold cubes. So these all make 0. Now I can remove 3 hot cubes. So I'll take these reds out of here. 1, 2, 3. My answer is negative 7. So negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. The key to understanding this is understanding the 0 pairs. I can put as many 0 pairs as I want into this soup and not change the temperature. I have 4 of them. Why don't I put another 0 pair in? Make it 5. Sure, doesn't matter, because they all cancel each other out to make 0.